Good afternoon. So I'm here with a new pistol from Pelpax. I got it on about a week ago, coming back from Great Yarmouth, and it's the Baby Eagle in stainless. They do it in plain black, and also they do a two-tone with a black slide, top slide. So that's the actual box. It also comes with a bag of BBs. It comes with like a speed loader that holds the slot down so you can pour the BBs in, or you can just hold it down anyhow. It does work. And an Allen key, put your CO2 in. Okay, the manual, it's just a sheet, but it does open up. It tells you everything you need to know, yeah, how to put the BBs in, how it works. Yeah, very straightforward really, nothing particularly special. The magazine, yeah, so your CO2 goes in there, that's what Allen key's for. You've got a quite light spring here, just hold it down and pour your BBs in there. If you keep it up vertically upright and just pour them in, yeah, if you've got a nozzle, or you can actually, that's your valve there. And the way this works is as you pull the trigger, the barrel comes back, goes over the BB, so it pushes the BB into the barrel, goes all the way back, and then the hammer comes and hammers it and fires the CO2 and fires the BB down the barrel. Okay, so moving on to the pistol. So what you've got a free floating hammer, okay, but you've got an operator in the back there. So as you put, that's the bit inside there. And if I can show you this, as I pull the trigger, you'll see it come back. Okay, that block comes back, goes forward, hits the valve, fires the BB down the barrel. Okay, so you've got nice smooth trigger. This is a 6.5 pound pull. Okay, the sights are quite nice. There's not a lot of air in between the rear, so it's, if you can keep it still, it's pretty accurate, I'd say. Okay, your mag release is there. Pop your mag in, and it adds a nice bit of weight to this. Now, talking about specifications, it doesn't tell you a lot on the box, but I did take some measurements. So the barrel seals, we're going to talk about that in the following video, because there's a little thing I did with the barrel to improve it. Right, the weight was 928 grams, the trigger pull was 6.5, and the barrel length was 4.5 inches or 115 millimeters. Okay. Chronographs. Now I did chronograph it with both the steel BBs, yeah, which are about 5.37, and some Excite copper coated lead. They're 7.4 grain. So yeah, energy wise, if it's in the black, that's the steel, and you can pause this, and the blue is the actual copper. Yeah. So yeah, it's about 0.4 foot-pound less with the copper, but they are a fair bit heavier. But they do appear to be more accurate, seem to suit the barrel better. Okay, so what you've got, just drop the magazine, your mag release there. You've got a rail at the bottom if you want to put it's very basic. I said there is no blowback, but you can actually remove the slide, which I'll explain in the next video. Okay, so what you've got ambidextrous safety. You've got a red dot this side, okay, but you can operate the safety both sides. One thing, I don't know whether I mentioned this, but if you've got BBs in the magazine, okay, it's fitted, if you've got the safe up and you pull the trigger, you'll see the barrel moves back. If you put the safety on, the barrel also carries on moving back. It cycles backwards and forwards. If you've got a full magazine with the safety on and you do that, you'll feed BBs into the barrel. So you might end up putting 2 or 3 BBs in there. With the safety on if you're not careful. Okay, so you might fire the first shot, you might have 2 or 3 BBs come out, which I found. So yeah, if you've got BBs in the magazine, yeah, and you've got the safety on, you could have 2 or 3 BBs if you do that, and then flick that on to fire the shot, and when it fires, when the safety goes, you get about 2 or 3 BBs out. So that's something to remember with this safety. It doesn't stop the actual barrel going backwards and forwards, which of course that's how it loads the BB into the barrel. Okay, so little thing there. So yeah, nice weight. I don't know what the actual real weight of a Baby Eagle is, or a Jericho 941 or something, or 741, whatever it's called. But yeah, basically this is an early version of a Baby Eagle, which is basically a Model 2000. I think I looked it up. A real Model 2000 from the 2010, I think it is. So yeah, that's the pistol. It's very basic. Target wise, now I did some semi-rested with steel BBs. Yeah, that's just resting the pistol on the front of a rice bag. at 10 yards, and sort of grouped pretty central, but that's quite a few flyers. And that was before I put the seals on the barrels, on the outside of the external part of the actual barrel, which I'll explain later. And then I actually did some freestanding, and I had got a better group. So it seems to shoot better, or shoot differently, depending on how you rest it, which is a bit weird, because there isn't actually no blowback, okay? But it does actually seem to sight differently. I also tried some copper-coated lead this morning. Again, semi-rested, they grouped up here, very consistently semi-rested, but I went out and did 10 shots freestanding, and they grouped around here. Aim point was at the bottom for both. So it is shooting high. It's probably shooting, I'd say about 2.5 inches high. Yeah, 2.5 inches high with those sights. So yeah, the sights aren't perfect, but it does seem to shoot pretty straight if you can keep, you know, the foresight. The foresight is pretty good. It's pretty difficult to see. It's a slightly different colour, but if you hold it up, there's not a lot of air either side of the rear sight with the foresight. So the actual accuracy, I think, is pretty good. Yeah, if you keep it still, and you've got like a black dot at the front. Yeah, you've got a white dot where you've got white dots at the rear. So there is a differential. If you can just see them in the right, you've got to have good light as well outside to see it. But yeah, it just seems to shoot pretty straight. And to confirm what I did freestanding, I did another shot after that one. That was 20 shots. Yeah, that's freestanding at 10 yards with the copper-coated lead BBs. So yeah, it's shooting pretty well. Probably pulled one there. In fact, I pulled two. One there, but the other 18 went pretty central. So yeah, if you can keep it still. Shot count, very good. I've got at least 5 magazines. That's 22 per magazine. That's 110 shots. Yeah, at least 110 shots before it dropped off. So yeah, because it's a non-blowback, energy-wise, as you can see, with steel BBs, you're talking 2 foot-pounds over 10 shots average, 1.6 with the copper-coated lead. You might get a bit more energy at the copper-coated lead if you allow the CO2 to warm up a bit, have a bit of rest in between shots. You might get a bit more. You might get 1.7, maybe 1.8. Okay, so that is the actual Baby Eagle. So what I shall do, I should show you around this, and I am going to do another video because I'm going to show you how to remove the actual top slide, and I'll explain in that video why I did that. Okay, so I hope you like the video. Take care, and thanks for watching.